Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we've got a bit of a news roundup for you, including the very recently revealed Spider Widowmaker skin. We'll be covering loads of other topics as well in today's video, such as the petition to rename the swamp monster Doomfist skin to Doomfish, a former Xbox player reaching #1 on the US ladder, and some Overwatch tie-in product details including Lego and the newly available to pre-order Zenyatta Figma statue. But first things first, let's take a look at that new Widowmaker skin. Now I will say this looks like an epic reskin instead of a legendary, but actually I feel if all epic reskins were this good, then the community wouldn't have such a problem with them. I love this one. I really think the black and purple color scheme suits Widow, and the webbing on her gun, her visor, and her legs really gives me the impression of an evil female version of Spider-Man. There's just something about her eyes too. It really makes her look like a predator. I have to say, I do think this is the best reskin they've ever done. Maybe that's just me, but let me know how you guys feel about this skin in the comments section below. Despite us not getting a legendary reveal today, I'm really not disappointed. I will be picking this one up for sure. What's weird about this is that this was featured on the Xbox Twitter, and at the time of recording this, it hasn't made it to the Overwatch one yet. So I don't know, maybe Xbox jumped the gun a little bit. It's not quite a leak per se, but at least we got to see it a tiny bit early. Now next up, we've obviously got yesterday's Moira Banshee skin, which is another guess that we got sort of right from that achievement image. I did say it could be Moira or Symmetra, so I'll let you guys be the judge whether my guess counts or not. Just between you and me, I think we're on a bit of a roll. So what do we think about the skin itself? Well, I'll talk about what I do like first of all. I do really like her hairstyle, the glowing white eyes, and the sort of torn, worn out clothing that she's wearing. The ghoulish animal skull on her belt is a nice touch, as are the spines on her shoulders and backpack. Speaking of that, I do really like the sort of semi-gothic patterning that makes her biotic fuel pack look almost like a church window. It's just a bit of a shame that one of the skin's best details is on a part of the character that you don't often see. Now the tubes on her shoulders that carry that fuel to her hands are also quite interesting, because it appears to me that they're not tubes at all, making it appear so that the energy is just flowing over her, you know, in a spectral sort of way befitting a Banshee. Now, that's all the stuff that I do like, but I'm not entirely convinced that the total is more than the sum of the parts, if you get what I'm saying. This, in my opinion, is an okay skin, but it's nowhere near on the same level as, say, the dragon skin for Symmetra from last year. Maybe it's because I don't play Moira that much that I'm not that excited. I do know she struggles a bit for some really standout skins. You guys will have to let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below. Are you a Moira player and desperate to get this one? Or do you feel like I do and this is just a bit, well, meh? I tell you what isn't meh, and that's the reaction to the swamp monster Doomfist skin, or should I call him Doomfish? It's funny actually, I was a fraction of a second away from calling him that in my video about it, and it seems like I wasn't the only one because there's actually been a petition put up on the Overwatch subreddit by a user called Ambrose, which is calling for that skin to be officially renamed Doomfish. This post has nearly 23,000 upvotes on Reddit. Now that compared to other historically popular posts is a lot. There's even some users suggesting new voice lines in the comments. My favorite is this one, which says a good one would be talk to the fish. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think Blizzard should absolutely jump on the community excitement and investment in this. They might not, they might dig their heels in, and we'll have another situation like the whole Hammond versus Wrecking Ball situation, whereby the community almost universally adopts one name, but the devs stick with the one that they think is appropriate. But in this case, I think Doomfish is just too perfect. It's only one letter difference from his actual name, and it totally encapsulates everything that's so great about that skin. As if anyone is actually going to call it Swamp Monster from this point forwards. I guess it's not a massive deal if Blizzard don't adopt it, but it would just be fun if they did and interacted with the community in that way. Our next story is a really interesting one, especially if you're a console player. It turns out that a former Xbox player of Overwatch has made the transition to PC and at least temporarily made it all the way up the rank ladder to take the #1 spot on the NA server. The player's name is Jason, or Cersei, and they tweeted out yesterday this. This is for all my homies back on Xbox. When I first started playing on PC, I honestly never thought I would get here, but all the grind and hard work paid off. I have to say, that's massively impressive, and if you look at the picture that accompanied that tweet, you can see that after 50 games, he's right at the top rubbing shoulders with Overwatch League pros like Super, Space, and Architect. What's even more interesting, after I did a little bit of research about him, is the control system that he uses on PC. He does use a mouse for his aim, but for his left hand, instead of using a keyboard, he uses a PlayStation nav nav controller. Now FREEDO told me that that's not totally unheard of, with even some pros and contenders doing that as well. Not that many, perhaps 1 or 2, but it's still remarkable to me that someone can do that and get placed so highly. So there you go, console players. Just because you play on a different platform, that doesn't mean that you're automatically inferior players. To be fair, this isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened. DPS Stanky is obviously a very famous example of a top console player who made the transition and continued to dominate in what most people would consider a more competitive environment. If you are a really strong console player and you're a little bit scared about making the transition, perhaps use this example as inspiration. Now next is a story that comes from a couple of days ago that we didn't cover at the time, but that doesn't mean that I in particular am any less excited. Lego and Blizzard are working together to bring us Overwatch themed Lego minifigs and other products. Now don't get me wrong, I can get excited for other Overwatch themed toys like a Nerf gun, McCree Peacekeeper Jeff, I'm just saying, but Overwatch Lego speaks to me on a totally different level. I am a grown man, but I will literally throw money at them if Anna and Zen minifigs become available. In the trailer we saw the Tracer minifig interact with Jeff in quite a comical way, but I really hope that the actual product line is way more expansive. I was trying to think up ideas for all the different play sets that they could make, you know, things like vehicles or small parts of maps, and there's 2 that I think would be really good. The first is the Orca dropship that we're all quite familiar with as it performs the function of a spawn room on quite a few maps. The tables, the lockers, the little basketball court, the drop ramps, the flight deck, all of these would make it very fun to interact with for little kids, or you know, man children like me. Plus its scale would make it quite impressive. The second idea that I had is that they could do themed little sections of maps, you know, like they do with the pirate ships and they give you a bit of an island, etc. I guess the obvious one would be King's Row because Tracer is very emblematic of the game, but the one I'd really like to see is Winston's office in the attack spawn on Gibraltar. I mean, there's a tire swing, do I really need to say any more? Plus, I'm gonna be really mad if little jars of peanut butter aren't their own individual specialized brick. Let me know in the comments what your ideal Lego Overwatch products would be. Actually, while we're on the topic of tie-in products, Blizzard, please either work with Takara or Hasbro to bring us the masterpiece Bastion Transformer toy we all secretly want and need. I mean, technically Bastion's a triple changer, so you could really go to town with it. And let's be honest about this, he is just a Transformer. Yes, I know officially his design is influenced by those toys, nudge nudge, wink wink, but as far as I'm concerned, you can't put a Transformer in a game and then not make the toy. Would Bastion be an Autobot or a Decepticon? I'll let you guys fight about that in the comment section down below. Autobot! Anyway, that's enough about fantastic toy ideas that I'm not getting paid for. Next up is a product that will be mine even if it kills me. I don't know why I'm being so dramatic, I guess I'm just excited. Finally, the official Figma Zenyatta statue is available for pre-order. The only bad news is that on the Blizzard gear page it says that the figure will ship by the end of Q3 2019. I have to wait longer for this than I do the next season of Game of Thrones. Mind you, this figurine might have some better dialogue, so I guess it's a bit of a toss-up. I also find it amusing on the site where it says that there is a limit of 10 per customer. Jeff, are you talking directly to me here? Whatever the case, I've been looking forward to this for ages. I guess a little bit more of a wait isn't that much of a big deal. I can't quite decide what pose I'd probably leave him in. I think it's a choice between him giving the peace symbol or him firing one of his orbs. It's a good thing I've got so long to think about that, isn't it? Let me know in the comments if you're going to pick up one of these when it eventually releases and what hero you think that they should do next. Posts that say anything other than Anna Amari will be deleted, Kappa. And that's about it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in great company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter, where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.